Hello, welcome to this video on transition words. I have some questions for you. How do you connect one idea to the other in writing? How do you progress from one idea to the other, also in writing? Well, the answer is simple: by using transition words. Now, there are a few things you should know about transitions. First, there are about 200 of them. Second, they are essential to connect ideas or to move from one idea to the other. And third, they express a variety of concepts and are usually grouped in categories. Now, before I go any further into the categories, I must say that they are artificially created, just for a specific purpose that the transitions serve. They are the following: agreement, addition, similarity; opposition, limitation, contradiction; cause, condition, purpose; examples, support, emphasis; effect, consequence, result; conclusion, summary, restatement; time, chronology, sequence; space, location, place. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate agreement, addition, and similarity. Additionally, again, also, and as a matter of fact, by the same token, comparatively, correspondingly, coupled with, equally important, first, second, third, furthermore, identically, in addition, in the first place, in the light of, in the same fashion or way, like, likewise, moreover, not only, but also, not to mention, of course, similarly, then, to say nothing of, together with, uniquely. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate limitation, opposition, and contradiction. Above all, after all, although this may be true, as much as, at the same time, be that as it may, besides, but, conversely, despite, different from, even so, even though, however, in contrast, in reality, in spite of, instead, nevertheless, nonetheless, notwithstanding, of course, but, on the contrary, on the other hand, otherwise, rather, regardless, then again, unlike, whereas, and while. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate cause, condition, and purpose. As or so long as, because of, due to, for fear that, for the purpose of, given that, granted that, if, then, in case, in order to, in the event that, in the hope that, in view of, only, even if, owing to, provided that, seeing or being that, since, so as to, so that, to the end that, unless, when, whenever, while, with this in mind, with this intention. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate examples, support, and emphasis. Another key point is, as an illustration, by all means, certainly, chiefly. First thing to remember is, for example, for instance, for one thing, for this reason, in detail, in fact, in general, in other words, in particular, in this case, including, indeed, namely, notably, significantly, surely, surprisingly, that is to say, to be sure, to clarify, to demonstrate, to emphasize, to explain, to put it another way, to put it differently, to repeat, truly, with attention to, and with this in mind. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate effect, consequence, and result. Accordingly, as a result, because the, consequently, for this reason, hence, henceforth, in effect, in that case, then, therefore, thus, under those circumstances. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate conclusion, summary, and restatement. After all in all things considered, altogether, as can be seen, as has been noted, as shown above, by and large, definitely, for the most part, generally speaking, given these points, in a word, in any event, in brief, in conclusion, in either case, in essence, in fact, in short, in summary, in the final analysis, in the long run, obviously, on balance, on the whole, ordinarily, overall, to sum up, to summarize, ultimately, and usually. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate time, chronology, and sequence. After, afterwards, all of a sudden, as long as soon as, at the present time, at the same time, before, by the time, eventually, finally, formerly, from time to time, further, hence, henceforth, immediately, in a moment, in due time, in the first place, in the meantime, in time, later, meanwhile, next, now that, now, occasionally, once, presently, prior to, shortly, since, sooner or later, suddenly, then, to begin with, until now, up to the present time, whenever, and without delay. Here are the transitions that can be used to indicate space, location, and place. Above, across, adjacent to, alongside, amid, among, around, before, behind, below, beneath, between, beyond, down, further, here and there, here, in front of, in the background, in the center of, in the distance, in the foreground, in the middle, near, nearby, next, on this side, opposite to, over, there, to the left or to the right, under, up, and wherever. Here are the sources for this video. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching this video on transition words.